there's a photo, and I think we've found it and we put it up on the screen, and it's you, Dick, and Elvis, and you're coming out of a building, and there's a dumpster there, and there's garbage cans there, and Elvis seems to be jumping off a wall. You're one side, Dick is the other side. There's a story behind that, yes?
Yeah, that's my mother and father with Linda in the kitchen, and that's, yeah.
It is, that's the one.
Yeah, well, yeah, you look at that shirt. I was on the cutting edge, folks. That's part of the photo that was the family photo, because my mother and father were in it. And the only person who wore louder clothes than me was my father at that time. But Elvis said it looked like I'd pulled the curtains down and made a shirt out of it. And if she shows it again, it does. But I'm wearing a puka shell necklace. I didn't go to the Hawaii special. I just met Elvis, and I was actually too scared to ask him if I could go. And I was even more scared to ask the sheriff if he'd let me off. So I wasn't there. But Elvis brought me the necklace back, the puka shells. They used to have those, and I'm wearing that in one of those pictures. But that particular picture, you know, when people see that picture, I get these notes on Facebook like, what's wrong with you guys? Why didn't you bring Elvis down the steps? You know, you made him jump off. No. We always told Elvis, it was kind of like Ronald Reagan when he was the assassination attempt. If you ever see those films, the Secret Service pushes him right into the car. We told Elvis, if there's ever a shot, if there's ever an attempt, you go right straight to the car. You don't wait on us or anybody else, you go to the car. We came out of the back of the Hilton in Macon, Georgia. Ginger, Elvis, Joe, and I, and Dick, and we're walking him out of the back, and we had steps. It was something like this, about a 4-foot-high loading dock, and there were steps that we were going to go down and get in the limo and go to the venue for the show. Well, a little girl was in a blue dumpster, which may or may not be, you can see it, and she had hid there most of the night in the dumpster. Yes, folks, in the dumpster. And she had her little Brownie Instamatic camera with those little flash cubes, and for those of you as old as me, you remember they would sometimes explode. Well, it did. And, you know, and I saw her pop her head up, and there's sequence pictures, and Keith Alverson took these pictures, and one of the sequence pictures actually, it shows Joe here and Elvis here and me right in the middle, and it actually shows me stepping here with my hand here because I had a shoulder holster on, because I saw her, and I didn't know if it was a threat or what, so I had my hand on my pistol, and then when I realized it was a little girl, I stepped back, and that's when other pictures were taken. So you don't really see all that when you see this, but you see Elvis didn't see her. All he heard was pop and saw a flash. And he took off like a bolt. He had that water glass in his hand, and I don't know if the picture shows it, but he literally ran over, put one hand down. Now, folks, this is 8 weeks before he died. This is in June of '77. So to assuage any concerns that Elvis was, you know, somehow morose and out of shape and laid up in his room, that's not true. 6 weeks before he dies, Elvis goes over, puts his hand down, jumps off a 4-foot loading dock, never spilled a drop of that water, and got in the car. Well, in the meantime, the Hilton security guards were dragging this little girl out. Of course, Dick and I had to jump off the stage and get in the car with him, and Joe, all of us. And so we got in the car, and Elvis was like, well, what was that? So we told him, and he said, stop the car, because the Hilton security guards were a little rough with the girl. They pulled her out of the dumpster and all. So he got out. He made them leave her alone. He got her down there. He gave her a scarf, gave her a kiss, got his picture made with her, and got Joe to give her tickets to the show. We got back in the car and went and did the show. That's the real story behind that picture.